Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins pulled off a performance in Week 10 that left fans, analysts, and opponents alike absolutely stunned, and it wasn't just about the scoreline. Beating the Buffalo Bills 30-13 at Hard Rock Stadium was a statement on multiple levels. Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins' star wide receiver, had just witnessed what could easily be described as one of the most dominant outings of the season from his team, and he wasn't shy about expressing his delight, especially when it came to the antics of his head coach, Mike McDaniel. Now, McDaniel's tenure in Miami has been anything but smooth so far. Coming into the season, the whispers about his job security were growing louder with each loss, each questionable play call, and each frustrated fan's tweet. But on Sunday, in front of a raucous home crowd, and with the momentum fully on their side, the Dolphins not only secured a much-needed victory, but also gave their embattled coach a rare moment to shine and, apparently, to have a little fun at the expense of their rivals. After the game, McDaniel found himself in what could only be described as a cheeky post-game maneuver that immediately grabbed attention. He was photographed driving by the Elbow Room Bar in Fort Lauderdale, a well-known hangout for Bills fans who traveled down to South Florida hoping to cheer on their team. In one picture that circulated widely on social media, McDaniel could be seen gesturing or shouting something out of his car window, an image that perfectly captured a kind of playful pettiness that only a coach feeling vindicated after a big win could pull off. Tyreek Hill, never one to miss an opportunity for some good-natured ribbing, shared the photo and added his own commentary, writing on X, "I see Coach back on that pet dog I love it." Hill's reaction spoke volumes, not just about his approval of McDaniel's antics, but also about the camaraderie and the lighthearted, almost mischievous energy brewing within the Dolphins' locker room after such a decisive win. Now, some might argue that McDaniel always drives past the Elbow Room on his way home, that this was simply routine. But anyone following the Dolphins knows how rare these moments are, especially considering the tension surrounding the head coach. The more likely scenario, and the one fans are eagerly pointing to, is that McDaniel heard the relentless heckling from Bills Mafia throughout the game and decided it was time to return the favor. It's the kind of petty, almost cartoonish act that can only come from a coach confident enough to savor a victory in a personal, somewhat theatrical way. For the Dolphins, the 3-7 record may not scream dominance, but Sunday's display of power, precision, and yes, a touch of theatrics, has at least given McDaniel a temporary reprieve from criticism and given fans a moment of levity in what has been a turbulent season. The win over Buffalo also shines a glaring spotlight on another ongoing debate surrounding the Dolphins, the future of quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Despite showing flashes of brilliance in past seasons, Tua's performance in 2025 has been inconsistent, and the team faces a difficult decision as the 2026 offseason approaches. With his career statistics still impressive, a 41-30 career record, 68.1% completion rate, 115 touchdowns to 55 interceptions, Tua remains an asset. Yet, his struggles this season, compounded by injuries to key offensive players like Austin Jackson and Tyreek Hill himself, have led to growing frustration among fans and questions about whether the Dolphins should stick with him, explore a trade, or, in the most drastic scenario, cut ties entirely. Each potential path comes with its own set of financial, strategic, and psychological implications for a team that is clearly at a crossroads. If the Dolphins opt to keep Tua, they are committing to a high-risk, high-reward strategy. Tagovailoa's experience and accuracy could allow the Dolphins to rebound quickly, especially if the team adds new talent to complement his skill set. The decision would likely align with a retool rather than rebuild philosophy, allowing the Dolphins to maintain continuity while addressing weaknesses elsewhere on the roster. However, the financial reality cannot be ignored. Keeping Tua in place comes with a staggering $56.4 million cap hit, with $54 million guaranteed. This level of investment is heavy, restricting the team's flexibility to make other moves, and it places immense pressure on a new general manager to optimize the remaining cap space effectively. Essentially, the Dolphins would be betting that Tua can return to his peak form and justify the enormous financial outlay, a gamble that could either pay off handsomely or leave them hamstrung for years to come. On the other hand, trading Tagovailoa opens up a completely different set of possibilities. Several teams across the NFL might view Tua as a valuable short to medium-term asset, a quarterback capable of stabilizing a team while mentoring younger talent. A trade could provide the Dolphins with much-needed financial flexibility, particularly if they are willing to structure it as a post-June 1st deal, absorbing a $13.4 million dead cap hit, but freeing up $43 million in cap space. Even if a pre-June 1st trade were pursued, saving around $11.2 million could still allow the Dolphins to reshape parts of the roster and bring in fresh talent. This scenario presents an opportunity for Tua to start anew in an environment where the expectations might be different, perhaps even better suited to his playing style, while giving Miami a chance to strategically reallocate resources and build a more balanced squad. Cutting Tagovailoa outright represents the most drastic and risky option. Financially, it's a nightmare. A pre-June 1st cut would result in a $99.2 million dead cap, whereas a post-June 1st move still leaves a $67.4 million burden. Strategically, this would push the Dolphins toward a full rebuild, likely causing short-term pain, but potentially paving the way for a younger, more cost-effective roster in the years ahead. Such a decision would likely hinge on the vision of the next general manager and the willingness of owner Stephen Ross to absorb a massive financial hit in order to set a new course for the franchise. In reality, cutting Tua seems unlikely unless the organization is committed to completely overhauling its team structure and embracing a long-term reconstruction plan, rather than attempting to tweak the current roster for moderate improvements. Beyond Tua, the Dolphins' current season has been a roller coaster of highs and lows. Injuries have played a significant role in the team's struggles, highlighting the delicate balance of talent and health in sustaining success in the NFL. Losing cornerstone players like Hill and Jackson at critical moments has impacted offensive rhythm and consistency, forcing the Dolphins to rely on depth players and adapt game plans in real time. Yet, Sunday's victory against the Bills shows the potential lurking within this team when everything clicks. The defense delivered key stops, the offense executed effectively, and McDaniel's leadership, both on and off the field, demonstrated the psychological edge needed to motivate a team on the verge of criticism and doubt. The interplay between strategy, player execution, and even psychological gamesmanship, like McDaniel's post-game drive by the elbow room, underscores the multi-layered nature of coaching and team dynamics in today's NFL. Tyreek Hill's reaction, in particular, symbolizes the larger narrative of the Dolphins this season. Despite adversity, there is room for humor, camaraderie, and small victories that can build momentum for bigger achievements. Hill's playful endorsement of McDaniel's antics shows that even in a season marked by frustration and inconsistency, the Dolphins' locker room retains personality, spirit, and resilience. It is this combination of talent, leadership, and chemistry that can define whether a team merely survives a season or emerges as a contender capable of reshaping the league's perception of them. Fans watching from afar may see a 3-7 record and feel pessimistic. But within the team, there is a sense that the pieces are not irreparably broken. They just need careful handling, strategic decision-making, and perhaps a touch of the psychological gamesmanship that makes sports so thrilling. Looking ahead to 2026, the Dolphins face a pivotal offseason. Decisions regarding Tua, roster adjustments, and financial management will define the trajectory of the franchise for years to come. The organization is at a crossroads, balancing the desire to remain competitive with the harsh realities of the salary cap and player contracts. Each scenario, keeping, trading, or cutting Tua, carries consequences that extend far beyond the immediate season. Keeping him offers continuity but comes at immense financial risk. Trading him could provide flexibility and fresh opportunities but risks losing a proven talent. Cutting him represents a complete reset, with financial penalties and potential fan backlash, but the promise of long-term rebuilding potential. How Miami navigates these challenges will reveal the strategic philosophy of the new front office and the extent to which they are willing to take calculated risks to achieve sustainable success. In the meantime, the Dolphins can savor moments like the one created by Mike McDaniel's clever little stunt outside the elbow room and Tyreek Hill's playful endorsement. These moments, while seemingly small in the grand scheme of the NFL, capture the human side of football, the personality, humor, and rivalry that make the sport more than just numbers and statistics. As fans dissect each play, quarterback decision, and coaching move, it is these human elements that add color and drama to the game, reminding everyone why football is not only about winning and losing, but also about the stories, personalities, and moments that define each season. The 2025 Dolphins may not have delivered a flawless campaign, but the combination of resilience, talent, and occasional mischief suggests that the team's story is far from over. Sunday's victory, McDaniel's playful provocation, and the ongoing debates surrounding Tua's future collectively illustrate a team navigating turbulence with humor, grit, and a vision for what might come next, offering fans hope that even in a season of challenges, the Dolphins are capable of moments that surprise, entertain, and inspire. Ultimately, the Dolphins' 2025 narrative is one of contrasts, victories and defeats, criticism and celebration, uncertainty and potential. Tyreek Hill's reaction to Mike McDaniel's antics encapsulates the lighter, human side of a season that has demanded resilience. Meanwhile, the quarterback question looms as a defining issue for the franchise's future. How the Dolphins handle these decisions will shape not just the next season, but potentially the next decade of football in Miami. For now, fans and analysts alike can enjoy the spectacle, the rivalry, and the playful petty moments that remind us all why football, with its highs and lows, its strategy and spontaneity, continues to captivate and enthrall. The Dolphins, even in a challenging season, are proving that character, humor, and strategic thinking can turn ordinary games into unforgettable stories, moments that will be replayed in highlight reels, locker room banter, and fan conversations for years to come, keeping the spirit of Miami football alive and ever entertaining. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? You're not going to believe this, but there's a new buzz swirling around the NFL, and it has everyone on the edge of their seats. Imagine this: the Miami Dolphins, already a team with big aspirations, suddenly becoming even scarier in the defensive backfield. Why? Because Shaquille Griffin, yes, the very same Shaquille Griffin who made his mark with the Seattle Seahawks, might be heading to South Florida. Now, I know what you're thinking. Griffin has always been a standout cornerback, lightning quick, a true shutdown presence. But what makes this rumor so tantalizing is the idea that he's not just joining the Dolphins, he's arriving to dominate. Picture him lining up across from some of the league's most explosive receivers, eyes locked, instinct sharp, and that trademark agility ready to erase plays before they even happen. The chatter is relentless, and sources are whispering that Miami sees Griffin as a cornerstone of their defensive revolution, someone who can instantly elevate the secondary from good to terrifying. Let's back up a second and remember who Shaquille Griffin really is. A professional NFL cornerback, sure, but also a player with a story that resonates far beyond the stats. He's the twin brother of Shaquem Griffin, the former linebacker who captured hearts with his inspirational journey from college to the pros despite having only one hand. Both brothers made waves at UCF, the University of Central Florida, where their synergy on the field was undeniable. It's no wonder Shaquille carried that momentum into the NFL, where speed, intelligence, and instinct define cornerbacks. And that's exactly why the Dolphins rumor is sending waves across social media. He's not just fast. He's faster than most offensive coordinators can even plan for, and that kind of talent doesn't come around often. People are picturing him tracking down blazing wide receivers, breaking up passes with precision timing, and essentially rewriting what it means to defend against elite offenses. Now, here's where the speculation gets really spicy. Miami has been in a sort of quiet rebuild, quietly assembling talent, making moves that hint at a big push. Adding a cornerback like Griffin doesn't just fill a roster spot, it sends a statement. A statement to the league, to their rivals, and even to fans who have been dreaming of a team that can compete in every facet. The whispers say Griffin is exactly the type of player who can mentor younger cornerbacks, bring that veteran presence, and suddenly make the Dolphins' secondary one of the toughest units to crack in the NFL. Analysts and insiders can't stop drawing comparisons to some of the league's top defensive backs. They say that if Griffin lands in Miami, the Dolphins won't just be trying to stop big plays. they'll be redefining what it means to control the passing game. There's also something almost cinematic about this potential move. Think about the Dolphins stadium, the sun blazing down on hard-hitting Sundays, fans roaring as GRIFFIN turns a potential touchdown into a 2-yard gain or an interception that flips momentum entirely. That's the kind of narrative that gets people talking. And the more you hear about it, the more you realize this isn't just speculation for fun. It's the type of rumor that could spark real chain reactions in the league. Coaches start adjusting schemes, quarterbacks start second-guessing throws, and fans start envisioning seasons filled with highlight reels featuring GRIFFIN's trademark agility and explosive reaction time. He's not just a player, he's a game-changer. And here's the kicker. GRIFFIN's history suggests he thrives in situations like this. Remember his time with the Seahawks? He consistently showcased the ability to read quarterbacks, anticipate routes, and use sheer athleticism to stay one step ahead. Pair that with his innate competitiveness, something he's had since those college days at UCF, and you've got a cornerback who doesn't just participate in games, he takes over games. Imagine Miami lining him up against some of the league's fastest wideouts, and instead of fearing the matchup, the offense is forced to rethink entire strategies. That's the kind of intangible presence GRIFFIN brings, the kind of defensive prowess that can elevate a team from playoff hopeful to serious contender. And rumors say the Dolphins see exactly that potential. Of course, no rumor is complete without a little intrigue around contract talks, negotiations, and the behind-the-scenes chess game that is NFL roster management. Sources are hinting that Miami's front office has been in discreet talks, exploring how to bring GRIFFIN into their system without disrupting the delicate salary cap balance. There's talk about clever structuring, incentives based on performance, and even leadership bonuses, because let's be real, bringing someone like GRIFFIN isn't just about what he does on the field. It's about setting a tone in the locker room, sending a message that the Dolphins are serious about their defensive identity. And with GRIFFIN, who has both the pedigree and the personality to back it up, the timing couldn't be better. Rumors suggest both parties are intrigued, and even casual fans are starting to imagine what a GRIFFIN-led secondary could look like. And let's not forget the personal dimension. Shockwell Griffin isn't just chasing stats, he's chasing impact. His career has always been about maximizing talent, making plays, and leaving a mark wherever he goes. There's a sense, based on these whispers, that he's looking for an environment where he can truly take over, not just rotate in for snaps. Miami, with its growing ambitions and the buzz surrounding its roster moves, could be exactly the stage he's been searching for. Picture the anticipation building as fans wait for official confirmation. Every highlight from the Seahawks flashes through social media, reminding us all of GRIFFIN's capability. And now, imagine all that energy converging in Miami colors, in front of a stadium hungry for a defensive hero. That's the sort of drama that keeps sports channels talking for weeks, that fuels heated discussions in forums, and that makes every Sunday feel like a potential headline moment. So, as the rumor mill churns, one thing is clear. Shockwell Griffin to the Dolphins, if it happens, isn't just a signing, it's a statement. It's about speed, skill, and strategic dominance. It's about shaking up the league's perception of what Miami can do defensively. And it's about the thrill of watching a player who has always excelled under pressure take on a fresh challenge with everything to prove. Whether this becomes official or remains tantalizing speculation, the chatter alone is enough to make fans imagine a season where the Dolphins' secondary is feared, respected, and absolutely electrifying. Keep your eyes on the news, keep an ear to the streets, and prepare for the possibility that Miami is about to welcome a cornerback who could very well change the trajectory of their season, and maybe the NFL landscape itself. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.